Chapter 1: Early Life and Roots. Vladimir Vladimirovich Putin, born on October 7, 1952, in Leningrad, now St. Petersburg, is one of the longest-serving presidents in the world. His father, Vladimir Spiridonovich Putin, was a submarine sailor, and his mother, Maria Ivanovna Putina, worked in a factory. Putin's childhood was marked by the hardships of post-war Leningrad, where he lost two brothers. Raised in a tough environment, he became rebellious and took an interest in martial arts, although his family did not support this. Despite not excelling in school, Putin dreamed of becoming a spy. He eventually graduated in law, surprising many who didn't expect him to pursue this path. Chapter 2: The KGB Years. This was the premise for Putin to become an intelligence officer of the Soviet Union's State Security Committee, the KGB, in 1975. Assigned to foreign intelligence, Putin served mainly in East Germany, where he worked undercover. After the collapse of the Soviet Union in 1991, he resigned from the KGB with the rank of lieutenant colonel and returned to Leningrad. There, he became an advisor to Liberal Party politician Anatoly Sobchak, one of his former law professors. When Sobchak was elected mayor of Leningrad, Putin quickly rose through the ranks, becoming deputy mayor and chairman of the city's Committee for Foreign Relations. In this role, he managed international affairs and oversaw foreign investments, gaining valuable political and administrative experience that would later shape his national career. Chapter 3: Rise in Moscow. When Mr. Sobchak lost the election in 1996, Mr. Putin left his position and returned to Moscow with his family. From March 1997, he served as deputy chief of the presidential administration, overseeing regional affairs. In July 1998, he was appointed head of the FSB, the successor to the KGB, a position he held until August 1999. On August 6, 1999, Russian President Boris Yeltsin announced his decision to dismiss the government headed by Prime Minister Sergei Stepashin. In Stepashin's place, Yeltsin appointed Vladimir Putin as prime minister, marking the beginning of Putin's rapid political ascent. Just a few months later, on December 31, 1999, Yeltsin unexpectedly resigned, and according to the Constitution, Putin became acting president of the Russian Federation. Chapter 4: Ascent to Presidency. On December 31, 1999, President Yeltsin announced his resignation and nominated Putin to succeed him as acting president until official elections could be held in early 2000. On March 26, 2000, early presidential elections took place, with 11 candidates competing for the office. Putin won 52.94% of the vote in the first round, securing an outright victory without the need for a runoff. Communist Party candidate Gennady Zyuganov finished second with 29.21%. On May 7, 2000, Vladimir Putin was formally inaugurated as the President of Russia, marking the beginning of a new era in the country's post-Soviet history. Chapter 5: Second Term and Power Consolidation. On March 14, 2004, Putin was re-elected for a second term as president after receiving 71.31% of the vote in the first round of voting. His second inauguration took place on May 7, 2004. Due to constitutional term limits, Putin could not immediately run for a third consecutive term. From 2008 to 2012, He served as Prime Minister of Russia under President Dmitry Medvedev. In September 2011, President Medvedev announced he would not seek re-election and proposed that Putin run for the presidency again. This move effectively paved the way for Putin's return to the highest office. Chapter 6: Global Recognition and Leadership. In 2007, Time magazine named Vladimir Putin its Person of the Year, recognizing his growing influence on global affairs. In addition, in 2013, 2014, 2015, and 2016, he consistently topped Forbes magazine's list of the world's most powerful people. Putin assumed leadership during a period of great internal and external challenges. Under his direction, Russia not only maintained national unity, but also reasserted itself as a global superpower, strengthening both its industrial economy and military capabilities. In his second term, Putin pursued a policy of centralizing authority, restoring the state's control over key industries, and enhancing Russia's presence on the international stage. His government emphasized political stability, economic growth, and a renewed sense of national pride. Chapter 7: Geopolitical Revival. Under Putin, Russia restored its geopolitical position in several regions of the world. The country regained influence in the Middle East, sold advanced air defense systems to NATO member Turkey, and engaged in arms deals with key U.S. allies Saudi Arabia. Russia also expanded its outreach to Africa and other parts of the globe. Putin demonstrated that Russia could not be easily sidelined on the world stage. Under his leadership, Russia earned renewed respect and recognition as a major power. The 2014 Sochi Winter Olympics, hosted by Russia, became a symbol of national pride and global prestige. It was one of the most expensive Olympic Games in history and marked Russia's return to international prominence. However, the same year also witnessed controversy as Russia's annexation of Crimea led to widespread international sanctions and a deterioration of relations with the West. Chapter 8: Economic Transformation and Challenges. Putin believes Russia's biggest achievement is its economic transformation, with poverty halved and inflation reduced to just 2.2%. However, he acknowledges that there are still significant challenges, including the need to improve labor productivity and close the income gap. Despite progress, Russia has not yet reached its economic goals. Putin has focused on achieving macroeconomic stability with increasing gold and currency reserves and aims to continue attracting investment and restructuring the economy. Chapter 9: Vision for Russia's Future. President Putin has expressed a firm belief that his legacy will serve as a strong driving force for Russia's continued development. He envisions the country benefiting from the ongoing technological revolution, positioning Russia to thrive in an increasingly globalized and technology-driven world. Putin emphasized the importance of further improving the political and judicial systems, recognizing that such reforms are essential to Russia's long-term stability and growth. He outlined his commitment to strengthening the unity of the Russian Federation and the cohesion of its people, asserting that these elements are key to moving the country forward with confidence. With a clear vision for the future, Putin has committed to advancing Russia's role on the global stage while ensuring internal progress through modernization and reform. Chapter 10: Foreign Policy and Global Relations. Putin's foreign policy aims to counterbalance U.S. power by strengthening ties with China, with whom Russia shares a strategic partnership. While adopting a tougher stance toward the U.S. compared to Yeltsin, Putin has also made progress in nuclear negotiations and worked to resolve border issues with China. Putin has fostered closer ties with Asian nations, securing major agreements like a gas deal with China and exporting railway technology to North Korea. Relations with the European Union have soured, especially after Russia canceled a pipeline project to Bulgaria, pushing Russia further towards Asia and the Middle East. Putin has supported the Syrian and Turkish governments, reinforcing Russia's influence in these regions. Chapter 11: Personal Life and Legacy. President Putin speaks fluent German and English and has two daughters, Maria, born 1985, and Katerina, born 1986. He is divorced. A sports enthusiast, Putin excels in judo and wrestling, holding a black belt in karate, and being named honorary president of the European Judo Association in 2006. He has also participated in various extreme activities, such as putting out a forest fire, diving in Lake Baikal, driving a Formula One car, and piloting military jets. Putin is known for his affection for animals, particularly his dog, Coney, who often accompanies him to meetings with foreign leaders. Despite a demanding schedule, Putin prioritizes his health, regularly swimming and working out. He values life, love, and freedom, which guide his leadership. Putin has earned deep trust from the Russian people, who see him as the leader who restored Russia's dignity and pride. While his approval ratings have fluctuated, his decisive leadership continues to inspire loyalty and national pride, positioning him as a key figure in Russia's modern history.